Hello, hi everyone, hi America. What's going on today? How we doing? Today is May 12th, 2023. It looks like a beautiful day outside. I haven't been outside this morning. It's still early in the a.m. So I will venture out there later and enjoy the day a little bit because I do have to run out and do a few things. My name is Michael Tomlinson. I am an American teeter. Doom, doom, boo-ha. I just was watching a video. I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. It's these two guys talking about America and what's going on with America right now. Oh, before I forget that, behind me is an American tier banner, except you can't see the whole word, and it just looks awkward to me too. I think it's reversed in some funky, freaky way. But I didn't want. I was just didn't want to take it down once I had it up and I saw what was going on and where I was standing and what was going on here on the left side. So if you're wondering what's going on, it's an American tier banner that I've used in the past. That's all it is. I'll make adjustments as I move along. So anyways, back to the guy, and we're talking about, he was talking about America, and he mentioned, something very powerful to me that I always say anyways. I was just glad to hear him say it because we both are on the same page. We just have a different way of looking at it or delivering our message. But ultimately, to me, it's the same message, and so I can't really, disregard what's going on here. There are different people, different from me, who are spreading the same great message that I'm spreading, just in their own way. And I respect it. I employ it. I think that's great. That's what we need more of. Individual leaders and leaderships and people just stepping up to the plate to help bring Americans together. And that's a part that I was going to come to, was that he said, united we stand, divided we fall. And I was like, wow, that's very true. And it's that's just an old statement anyways. That just, came out way back in the days. And I always talk about being united. I always talk about unification, united in America, and how dividing is not really a solution. But I've never really reflected on that one statement. United we stand, divided we will fall. If you think about it, it's true. And he was true, and I totally agree with him. Is that if we don't unite, we will divide. And if divided it is, divided we will all fall. And that is just the truth. Speaking the truth, not just making it up. This goes back way back when it made sense, and it still makes sense. United we stand. That's what I keep saying about the American cheer movement, is united we can stand up and we can have a voice. We can have the power. We can show the system and everything in it, all the institutions involved that are holding us down, what we expect from them. It's not about what they want for us or what they tell us to do. I don't know where we got confused. That's not the truth. The truth is that we already know what we need to do to get through our daily lives. And we trust, our institutions and the system to make sure that we can do this, that we can function on a daily basis in our daily lives, in our communities. And if that's being taken away from us, that's that's not being united. That's just keeps dividing people up more and more and more and more. And divided we will fall. And for the people that believe in division and we should be divided, and and it's me and my friends and our way of thinking or nothing, then that's, how I don't want to say anti, but un-American, I mean, it just doesn't sound right. If you really think about it, sit down and think about it, and who are you to be so superior as an American that you're better than other Americans, or you just self-declare yourself as a hierarchy of American and everybody else is just below you or your group or people, and that is just delusional. It's just a denial way of thinking and a divided way of thinking. It's all suggestive to being divided. Divide, divide, divide. We are not like them. We are not like that. We have to stick together and stay away from the rest of society, stay away from the rest of the community, because we are dividing ourselves from that. And that's why Americans are, and then things start to fall apart. The fabric of America, of America starts to be ripped because we can't unite. We can't get over ourselves enough to unite. And I keep saying, what is the big deal? Uniting is where it's at. That's where that's where all the change will happen. Real change. Change for a better America. A change for a better America for everyone. Even you and the people that maybe people you just dislike. It's still going to help them too. Sorry to say that. And I know that's probably what you're against. And that's the reason why you do not want to unite. Because you don't want to be a part of a system that's going to help all Americans. Just your American version of what you and your group or friends and family think it ought to be. And then try to say that everyone else is living in a fantasy world. When you're living in the fantasy world, because you can't shake and deny the fact that you're denying unity. You're denying growth. You're denying love. You're denying enlightenment from above, man. That's what you're doing. Spreading hate in your own way. Participating in it in your way. Not speaking up against it is participating in the same way. So that's the ground we need to cover is unifying. And I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm trying to think about what people or where they're coming from when they kind of sidestep everything, dance around it, dance around not becoming unified, and then kind of show that they're embracing something that's different, but it's part of being divided. It's part of division. It's part of, divide. And not without understanding that as Americans, and the more divided we are, the more we are going to fall, the more powerless we're going to become, the more the institutions, and you know what I mean by institutions. I don't want to have to name them all off, but, like I have in the past, but will empower themselves to dictate to us what we can do, what we cannot do, what you can think, what you cannot think. It's all kind of set up and we are the pawns being set up. I don't know how to explain that much more than that, other than we're being played. We're being, you know, we're you know, the system is feeding us ways to keep dividing. So I mean by played. When we should, of course, what I always say to every video, should unite. And that's the only way we're gonna fix this. You know, I don't know what, you know, when I say unite, you're like, what? And if I say divide, you're like, yeah, I'm in, man. You know, like, I'm all in. And dividing America, you know, but I'm not into unifying America. That's different. That's wrong. Dividing is where it's at. And that's just, I don't know how your brain got twisted up in thinking that way. It's almost like, to me, it's a self-manifestation. It's a lie you kind of just put in your head, and you just kept running with it and running and looking for ways to kind of prove it or not prove it. It doesn't matter, because it's just something that manifests. You know, it doesn't really have a ground to it or any ground into it. It's just a sideways statement to avoid anything, to avoid everything. You know, and thinking that, and especially avoiding being united, because being united means you have to step up to be somebody. You have to take some responsibility, be accountable for the future of a better America. You know, and living in division doesn't mean you have to step up at all. You just have to put down, you know, hate. You know, try to find more like-minded people like you know, that can hate on more people and expand on hate and divided. You know, and thinking that that's the way to go. And that's where I think we're all kind of missing the boat there. You know, because that's because all that, everything I just said, it's easy. There's no accountability. There's no responsibility. It's just words, you know, layered upon other words and statements, you know, layered upon other statements to, you know, for people to bark up their statement, you know, to bark up their stand and being divided, because saying you're united and pushing toward being united means you have to make some effort. Put a little energy into it. But that's an American. That's what America needs. And if you're an American, like I think you are, and I know you are, you would be a part of United. You know, you'd be a part of United We Stand. And that's very true. United we will stand. Does that really change anything? Does that help you understand more? I mean, I'm not here to give anyone a hard time. I just want to express the truth. And I'm an American too, and this is what I've been coming up against. You know, so it's true to me. It's just right in my face. You know, how people curve around and, you know, and don't really do anything. They're just moving. Crisscross. I mean, it's not really making a stand. Because united, we will stand. United, we will stand. That's powerful. That's awesome. That is just magnificent, you know, to unite and to stand up, you know, instead of dividing and falling. So let's unite. Let's unite today. Join in. Let's start getting the ball rolling for that third voice, that third common sense opinion of love and compassion and helping all Americans. Sounds far out there, I know, but it really isn't. It's a pretty simple concept, you know, and it's going to be easy to follow. It's just a matter of joining in and accepting the fact that, yes, Yeah, it's going to be different. And that's what change is. And that's what America needs. It's different. Different folks like you and me that are free thinkers. We're critical thinkers. We open the doors to all the possibilities and not be narrow-minded. Put everything on the table. Let's see what's happening. And that's without judgment, without bias, without social discrimination. All these things that are stopping people. And it's not even things that are stopping people. People are just stopping themselves. Because that's what they fear. That's the threat they may be fearing. I'm telling you right now, you should not fear it. Don't fear it. It's not a threat. Just kind of think it is. But it really isn't. It's good stuff, man. It's from the heart. Building character, integrity, set of principles, remaining steadfast, gaining knowledge. I mean, those are the things we do when we're united. Americans helping Americans. That's the bottom line. Anyways, thank you for hearing me out. I appreciate it again. Have an excellent day. Peace, love. We'll talk later. Bye.